Good morning everyone. Where are we at? Well, what we have just started is week 1 of 3 or 4 of my second build phase of training. Things are about to get a lot more spicy, lots more structure, aiming towards a certain thing that I've been talking about for months that is now not happening. So where am I going to go instead? I'm going to basically still follow the same kind of path, the routine. I don't want to change much of the training that I'd already set out to do because it's too much of a change, and I just want to keep on the same path. And I've been told that there might be a possibility to do something at the end of June, which is quite similar to what I had planned. So fingers crossed that will happen. So yeah, week 1 of 3/4. We're going out for a ride today. I've just finished my most important bits for the day. It's 9:15. It's looking black out. So this is why today's session is going to be an out and back job. There's way more than that as well. So that's one of the jobs I've had to do, is sort through all of the pictures that El Toro Media, Louis, took at the photo shoot that we did at the Gospel Pass a couple of weeks ago for Bok. And I forwarded them on to Hexa and a couple of other brands that I work with as well, because we were mindful of that. We were mindful of taking pictures of lots of things, not just me, obviously. So yeah, you've got to keep everyone happy. If you want to see any of the pictures, follow me on Instagram. You'll be able to see them there. Okay, so now that the serious stuff is out of the way, well, I guess it's just as serious, but also kind of fun. My riding now starts. My training mode mentality now begins. And it's weird in a way because I've kind of slipped into this routine of I would finish all my important stuff early in the morning, and then I will put the kettle on and make myself a coffee, but I'll also, while that is happening, get into kit for getting ready for the ride. I then sit around for half an hour and kind of do a little bit of activation exercises with the band, drink my coffee, watch a bit of YouTube that I haven't caught up on. That kind of goes on then until the minute I leave. Have you got any rituals or things that you do before you get on the bike? Is there something that you do that I don't know, you have to do before you go out? This week is actually a weird one. This week is my first race week of the year. I have 2 crit races on Wednesday evening, a 50-mile time trial on Saturday. So I hope you're all as excited as me to finally be able to see and hear some race chat. We have races every weekend for the next month, and it's felt like so long since we've last raced a bike properly. The coffee time for me signals to the brain that it's time to get ready to ride bikes. Charlie picked this up from supermarket yesterday, Tales of Harrogate. So we're getting used to the coffee before we go up to Yorkshire next weekend, and the weekend after. Actually, it's 2 weekends I'm in Yorkshire. Speaking of which, would you like to see a Zwift versus real life Yorkshire course edition? Would you like to see that? I could do that. I could make a video. I could do a comparison. So over the next month, you're gonna have to get very used to seeing this race specific type of video or training as well. If you like that, then give the video a thumbs up. But really what I'm going to try and get across in this video and the next videos for at least the next month, because I know that there's events on almost every weekend for the next month for me, I'm going to try and get across the routines, the mindset, the midweek training and preparation that goes into what you would then try to associate with your best performance on a weekend. Obviously, it's very difficult to train when you have so many races. However, they're not my goal races, so that's going to be something you have to keep in mind when you watch over the next month. They're going to be viewed as training sessions. I'm going to train around them, and yeah, all that good stuff. Half an hour in to my ride. I'm severely overdressed for the efforts that I'm doing. Today's ride is a little over 2 hours, and I'm doing the old school, like classic type of workout. It's commonly known as a form finder. Basically, you just find like a rolling route, which for me is actually quite hard to do because a lot of the climbs around here, they're not really short. They're like at least 4 or 5 minutes. So I've got to pace the efforts, even though I'm going as hard as I can. I've got to pace them, and I've also got to pace them thinking about like further down the line in this ride. I still want to be able to be strong in the last couple. So it's an eventful ride, eventful workout. These workouts, I rarely do. I haven't done one in, I don't know, almost a year probably. But sometimes it's good to spice it up, and I'm ticking off each climb, ticking off each effort, and so far feeling good. The thing is with these rides is that I'm more than likely going to pick up some KOMs, which isn't a bad thing. But I don't want to annoy the locals. That's where the famous bottled water comes from. The thing is with these sort of rides, the reason why I don't do them very often is because they can be absolutely savage. Like, you know, you're in charge really of how hard you want to make it. You choose the route, you're in charge of how hard, you know, the climbs are going to be, or how long they're going to be, how close together they're going to be, so you get hardly any rest. At the minute I'm kind of regretting my choice. So just got in, fantastic ride, but I switched the Giro on because, well, I don't want to miss any of it. So I called past my grandfather's house and he gave me some Welsh cakes, which I've already eaten 3. I better save some for Charlie. Yeah, the ride went really well. I got a really high intensity factor from the session, which was the main purpose of it, to be honest, to do at least 2 hours of just racking up that intensity, but having like no plan as to what numbers I was going to hold. And funny enough, Sean Kelly was just saying on the commentary about young riders and how, you know, they're getting coaches younger and younger. There's some, you know, kids now that you can call them kids, like under 10 years of age with coaches, and they're like training to power and watching power numbers. And like today's ride, funny enough, Sean, it was just about getting out and riding hard and just getting a feel for like what flat out or close to flat out feels like without staring at power numbers. So speaking of which, I also had an email. So we have the start sheet for the 50 mile time trial this weekend, and there's only 4 people in the non-aero category with me, so looks like we might be set for a podium. But in all seriousness, we're being put in with the main field as well. So I'll be with, you know, the people on time trial bikes with full, you know, aerodynamic setups and stuff. If you want me to go through like what we're allowed to use and what we're not allowed to use before then, let me know. But basically, I'm going to be off like 17th. And so there's like 60 entries. So I might have a chance of catching a few people, which would be quite motivating. So yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next video. I feel good. Felt tough today, tough in that weather and the wind, but really enjoyed. So yeah, I'll see you later on this week.